Hey there, friend. Heidi Black here. I hope you're having an incredible week. Something kind of heavy on my heart the last few days. I've seen a real pattern, something that it become a trend. And I think that it's so easy in life because we have so much going on. We get so busy and caught up in our own daily life and stuff that we often don't recognize the brokenness that's all around us. I don't know if it's because I've been given a unique perspective on the situation just through my own story and my own family and marriage of some really awesome healing and restoration. But God's just given some opportunities for both my husband and I to speak into people's lives. And because of that, I think that vulnerability and that transparency and the grace and whatever, it's been awesome that people that are reaching out and that feel comfortable to be able to share some of the hard stuff that's going on in their lives. I was speaking with a friend just today who's going through, unfortunately, a pretty nasty divorce. And he made a point to notice throughout this process he's been going through that, there are not advocates in the divorce industry. Okay, there are attorneys, there are, all these people that are for divorce, and that's how they make their living, right? So throughout the process, there's no one saying, wait a minute, this could be corrected. This could be brought back to how, the original intent of what marriage in this case was supposed to be. But he said, that's just not the case. That's not how it works. And I mean, maybe it seems like, well, duh, it wouldn't be that way. But really, if we consider all of the systems of the world, we look at the divorce, it is an industry, it's not a nonprofit business or organization. There's a lot of money to be made in divorce and in families being broken apart. We look at the pharmaceutical and the medical industry, a lot of money to be made in sickness versus wellness. In every area we look at and we see so much brokenness, and it's becoming worse and worse. And, I'm not just doing this video to focus on the negative, but I'm doing this as a voice for hope and for the potential of good and of restoration. And what can we be doing to focus on how things can be improved? It's so easy for us when we get our mind, and I can speak to this because I lived this in my past, but when I was in a very selfish, cold-hearted place and I was making some really poor choices, we get literally, our minds start to stay in a place where we can only envision, where we're at. We can only see what's right in front of us. We only see, like if you're living in sin and just making stupid choices, suddenly it becomes normal and it becomes right, and you rationalize, and, we focus on what can I get away with? I mean, that is our human sinful nature, unfortunately. So I guess, the whole point of this is to kind of take a step back yourself. And maybe you are making awesome choices and you are all in for your marriage and for your kids and for your health and for your finances. You're just all in, and you are, you're not kind of being halfway about things and what can I get away with type of an attitude like so many of us have lived in the past and so many are still living now. But be a voice in the healing and the restoration versus adding to the brokenness. Think about your choices. What are you doing now that could be different? Taking a step back and going, instead of comparing yourself and saying, gosh, compared to a lot of people, I'm doing all right. Compared to, my neighbor or so-and-so who's doing this and this, I'm doing okay. But instead of comparing yourself to whoever, what is your personal best? And I'm not talking about, looking a certain way or having a certain amount in your bank account, but at your heart, like in the core of your being, are you doing your personal best in every area? Are you being all in all the priorities in your life? Because if you're not, if we're not moving forward, if we're not growing, we are going backward. And there are enough forces working against us that things will not improve, they will get worse. And it comes to a situation like my friend did today, where he's saying, Heidi, I never imagined I would be in this place, and here I am. And I hate it. And I wish I could go back, and I could have made different choices, and I would have done this, but here we are. So what if you're not at that place right now where something hasn't happened in your life that made you have to make some changes? Make changes before you are made to make the changes. Do it before it's too late. Because The systems of this world will not encourage you to do the right thing. The systems of this world are broken, and I love you too much, and there are too many people counting on you to do the right thing. So I hope that speaks to your heart today. I know that it does for some of you. You know what you got to do. So with that in mind, I'll see you on the next video.